This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised as some cases contain graphic content. We mean no disrespect to anyone we discuss in this podcast except our exes. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. However, we will be expressing our personal opinions. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Hey everybody, it's Cynthia.
And I'm Wes, and this is Love and Lumen All, a true crime podcast.
Yep.
Episode number 2.
Yeah, that's where we're wearing the same shit.
Yep. It's not literally episode number 2. We've got many episodes. This is episode 2 of this.
Of the same day.
Same day. We promised you, because we missed last week, that we would put out 2 episodes this week, and this is the second one this week. First one was Jalea Davis, and now we are doing...
Wilder McDaniel.
Wilder McDaniel. Van Wilder.
We're going to end tonight on a toddler. Look at that. I know, it's horrible. All right, you ready to get into this sad one?
I guess.
Let's go.
Here we go.
So have you heard of Wilder McDaniel?
I have not.
All right.
I've heard of Van Wilder.
Me either until this case, so let's get into it.
Do I have to hear about Wilder McDaniel?
Yes, you do. Suffer with all of us.
I'm just going to take a nap. You go through this.
But his first name is not Wilder. His first name is Jason. It's Jason Wilder McDaniel.
Then why is it called Wilder McDaniel?
Middle name, nickname. That's where he went by Wilder, because he's Wilder.
Well, okay. Wilder than who?
I don't know. But here's a little picture of him, and you're going to be super mad, because he's adorable. Where's my mouse? There we go. There he is. I know. He's so cute. You're like, God bless it.
Let's get it over with.
You're like, just don't do PowerPoints with these. Just don't.
I don't want to see any pictures. Let's just get it done.
Oh. But everyone called him Wilder because he was a wild toddler. He is 2 years old at the time of this crime.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a terrible 2. He's born February 25th, 2016. And his mother was Amber Nicole Odom. O-D-O-M. Amber Nicole Odom. I know. You already got your mindset.
No, because my first wife that passed away's name was Amber Nicole.
Oh, Amber Nicole?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's his mom's name, Amber Nicole Odom. She is 33. There's a picture of her with him doing what do they call that? Flexing.
Oh, flexing, yeah.
Yeah. But his father was Robert McDaniel, nicknamed Bubba. I know some people know him. And there is a Bubba with the baby, with Wilder.
That looks like David Arquette.
It does, doesn't it?
It's Dewey.
It's Dewey. But from 2005 to 2018, Bubba, also known as the Menace, was a veteran of the UFC, Bellator, and many other fight promotions.
Wow.
So he was a fighter. There he is.
Ah, okay.
He's in UFC.
Alrighty then.
You get some fame in this one.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've
I never heard of him. I know. I was like, I never heard of him, but he fought against Uriah Hall and Sean Strickland. I've heard of that.
Okay. Did he win?
Some of them. During his MMA career, he was a submission artist. He took home 19 victories by submission, knocked out 9 of his opponents, and ended his career with 30 wins to 10 losses.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. But the couple split shortly after Wilder's birth. And Amber began a relationship with a man from Wichita Falls in the summer of 2018, Mr. James Staley III. And he is 40.
Okay.
And that's him.
Wow. She doesn't have a type at all.
I know, night and day. He's like teacher, and the other one's like a boxer. He's
Yep.
like, all right. I don't know if he's really a teacher, but he looks like a teacher. James is the great-great-grandson of Joseph Albert Staley, who rose to prominence during oil boom in the 1920s.
Okay.
So, Staley's oil. And James Irvin Staley Jr. became well known in Wichita Falls for his business Staley Oil. So they're in the oil business.
So he's got money.
He's got money. The Wichita Tower formerly bore the Staley family name. So he's got fame. And how does she rough these guys up?
Oh, no, but I'm going to throw this out there. For somebody who has money, he doesn't know how to tie a tie.
True that. But since 2001, James had several run-ins with the law, including an arrest in 2016 for firing a gun inside of Wichita Falls bar called the Whiskita.
The Whiskita.
He done drinking. And it's spelled with the whiskey and then ta. I guess it's for Wichita, but it's Whiskita.
I was thinking like mosquito. Mosquito.
That's
Mosquito.
a Whiskita. So yeah, there's that. August 2018, Amber and Wilder moved into James' house. She moved in with him with little Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
The residence on Irving Place that belonged to James. So it was his house. He owned it. It was a $500,000 house in the country club area.
Okay.
I mean, get it. And James babysat Wilder while Amber worked at the bar.
Okay. The Mosquito.
Yes. I don't know. But you kind of get where this was heading. Because
I do.
less than a month of living there, Wilder was seen with bruises on his face. Yeah. James stated that he fell off the bed. Sure.
Okay.
However, the police charged James later with the injury to a child after evidence indicated that James pushed him off the bed.
Interesting.
So he didn't fall off. He got shoved off the bed.
Now, where's the dad to beat his ass?
That's what I was hoping. And why is the mom still with this man? At this point, I'd been like, he pushed him off the bed. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
I'm out, and let me call my ex-husband. He's going to beat your
He's gonna
ass
kick your
because
ass.
that dude's won some fights.
Yeah. And as time passed, James showed more and more hostility towards Wilder. But yet, Amber's still there. James used derogatory terms to describe Wilder and Amber. And I don't even know why he's got him in there if he's talking like that. What's the purpose? But on October 11th, 2018, in the morning, Amber found Wilder on the floor of his room outside of his crib unresponsive. So he's laying on the floor.
Oh, boy.
And he was pronounced dead at the scene when the ambulance and cops got there. His body was sent for autopsy, and his cause of death was ruled undetermined. So, yeah.
Okay.
So they couldn't figure out how he died. But 11 days after Wilder was found dead, WFPD returned to James' house with a search warrant. And they're like, we're going to search this place real good.
Okay.
On October 26th of 2018, here you go, Bubba, was arrested for making a terroristic threat against James on Facebook, alleging James had murdered his son.
There we go.
Yeah, so
I was waiting for him to whoop his ass.
prison would be good for him. Bubba gets a hold of him. You want this Bubba or that Bubba? Both are rough. But
Both gonna tear up that ass.
and there he is in his mugshot, looking as vengeful as ever.
I mean, he looks like he feels justified.
He's like,
like, yeah, I did
I
it.
didn't lie. It's like- he was released the following day, and the first, quote, Justice for Wilder protest was held in Wichita Falls. So they're
Okay.
protesting this. It would eventually become a national campaign because they ruled his death undetermined, so they can't charge anyone with the murder. So people were throwing a fit. And there's Justice for Wilder.
I've seen that before.
You've seen that? It's a little Superman symbol.
Yeah,
W.
I've seen
Yeah,
that.
that's for him. I guess he was a superhero fan. I don't know if he's a Superman fan, but he likes superheroes.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
If he was a Batman fan, he might be a little upset after the fact.
I would be.
No, I would be.
Yeah, you would be. You'd be mad.
How dare you memorialize me with a Superman logo?
I killed him in the movie. In January 2019, police update on their investigation into the death, but no arrests were made, and very little new information was released. And then that same month, Wilder's autopsy was reviewed from a Dallas County medical examiner. He's like, let me look at it. And the cause of death was changed to suspicious, and it was suggested that he died from, quote, homicidal death by smothering, most likely from a pillow. So now it opens up a door.
Mm-hmm.
The autopsy report states the blood on the boy's pillow suggests someone placed a pillow over the child's mouth, ultimately smothering him. And that is a quote.
Where'd the blood come from, though?
I assume his lip, maybe his nose. Depending on how hard they were pushing the pillow down.
I guess. Yeah.
Tooth. I don't know. But that's what they were saying happened. And the police chief at the time of the case was Manuel Borrego. And that's him right there.
Okay.
So he's really pushing for this to get solved and justice be served.
That's good.
In April 2019, Bubba and Amber would file a wrongful death civil lawsuit against James. And in the same month, on April 6th, Amber and Bubba got married. Nothing like
wow.
bringing people together. Yeah. And then in September 2019, James was arrested in Okmulgee, Oklahoma, for public intoxication and assaulting a nurse at the hospital.
Oh my
That
God.
guy's a winner. Yeah. And then October 11th that year, protests took place in Wichita Falls on the 1-year anniversary of Wilder's death. So they're like, we're still going strong.
Yeah.
And there's his mom in the shirt, to be a hero, justice for Wilder. That's, what's the name of that show? The kids liked it.
Yeah.
Not Paw Patrol, but.
No. I can't think of it right now.
There's Gecko, Catboy, Owlette.
Yeah. It's like night something or
Yeah.
because they go to bed.
Superheroes. Yeah.
PJ Masks.
PJ Masks.
That's
PJ
it.
Masks.
I was thinking nighttime, bedtime, pajamas,
Yep.
PJ Masks.
Yep.
Yeah.
But adorable. And October 21st, 2019, vandalism was reported at James' house. Boo-hoo.
Where?
Because someone spray painted Justice for Wilder and Baby Killer on his house.
Damn.
What's your alibi? By June 2020, no arrests were made. There's still no arrests in this case, but people were painting his house. There's that.
Yep.
And then Amber and Bubba again would protest outside of WFPD. Because they're like, hey, what you doing? You're suspicious. You're just kind of hanging it out there.
Mm-hmm.
How many times we got to paint this guy's house? Like, eventually, the WFPD would name Bubba and Amber as persons of interest. Because that's
In
what
the
they
murder?
do. Yeah. They're like, okay, you want to stand out here and yell and scream, you're now suspects.
Okay.
Like, thanks. But October 8th, 2020, nearly 2 years after the murder, James was arrested in Oklahoma, and the WFPD announced charges being filed.
Oh.
So finally, they got off their high horse, and they got him. And that's his mugshot there.
Question.
Yeah.
Why is it that both mugshots in this precinct put a bib over you?
I don't know.
The other one had it too. It's like they're covering their clothes.
Yeah, like they're making them all the same except their face. Maybe it's to use in like lineup so you can't. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They want everybody to look the
They don't
same
want
except
They
face.
don't want any like distractions for clothing or anything. It's just this is what you're wearing.
Yeah, they're like, we're
Because
gonna
it
cover up
reminds
that
me of
bright
like when you
shirt.
get your hair cut. That's what it looks
Yeah.
like.
I
noticed
guess
it on the
so.
other one, but I wasn't 100% sure because it was cropped a little bit, so I couldn't tell. But this one, I'm like, oh, that's the same thing the other guy was wearing.
Yeah, and I've heard of, not often, but I've heard of like one instance the police station did that so that way when they did photo lineups, they weren't like, that shirt looks familiar.
True.
And it's a shirt from Walmart that 15 people have. So they just put them all on the cover, a black shirt. And they're like, look at the face. But who knows? The Wichita County Grand Jury indicted James on October 28th of 2020. And then November 2nd, he would be bonded out of jail. And 4 days later, he entered a plea of not guilty.
Sounds like the normal process.
Uh-huh. In March of 2021, the 30th District Court Judge Jeff McKnight recused himself of presiding over James' capital murder case.
Interesting.
Yes, so he recused himself. 2 other judges were appointed and then recused until finally Judge Everett Young was appointed. So these judges keep coming in and out for some reason.
It sounds like they came into it like, this fucker's guilty. And then they were like, I can't be like that because I can't give impartial judgment.
Or maybe, I mean, he was in the oil industry. Maybe they know his parents.
That could be too. Maybe they're
can't-
like friends of family and
like
stuff.
I've had dinner with his dad before business dinner. I can't stand over him. But
Maybe their family has
ties.
donated to their elections.
Oh, possibly. Didn't think of that. But finally, Judge Everett Young was appointed, and that's the judge that recuses herself. That was one of them.
Okay.
And then that was the 3rd judge on the case that recused herself. And then new judge, the 4th, that's Everett Young. So he got to
Okay.
do it. So
This is the one who actually
yeah.
stayed.
Yeah.
Okay.
She left. She was the 3rd one to leave. And then the 4th judge, stayed. And he said, we're going to get this done. But the trial took place in downtown Fort Worth, Texas on February 27th of 2023, this year.
Oh.
Yeah. Fresh. Then the trial was 2 days after Wilder's 7th birthday. So right around his birthday time. The district attorney, John Gillespie, announced that they would not seek the death penalty for the capital murder charge. They're not going to seek death. They would seek life in prison without the possibility of parole. So they're like, you're just going to have to rot in there.
And meet other bubbas.
And they added a tampering with evidence charge stating that James staged Wilder's body.
Interesting.
I guess he must have killed him in his crib and then laid him in the floor thinking that they think he would have fell out or something.
I guess.
I don't know. January of 2022, James' defense attorneys Mark Daniel and Terry Moore filed a motion for a change of venue. So why is it... I must have got the year wrong on the court date. That or they time traveled backwards because I said 23 and now they're saying...
Or maybe that was done beforehand.
Possibly. Motion for a change of venue. And then that's his attorneys. That is Terry, and that's Mark. He looks like he means business. He's like, I've been in this game many
He looks like he
years."
does some shady shit.
Yeah. They claim that due to media coverage and the threat to his own safety, James would be unable to receive a fair trial in Wichita County. I mean, after all, they did tag his house. So...
I mean, I kind of get it.
Yeah. After several months, the motion was granted, and the trial was transferred to Tarrant County Criminal District Court 3. James tried to state that Wilder had a habit of trying to climb out of his crib on his own and could have fell. So, yeah, that's the staging thing he did.
Fell and smothered himself? Because that's what the cause of death was. Just saying.
There's no history of Wilder climbing out of his crib on his own. Never was an issue. The Secret Service lab got into James' password-protected phone in the spring of 21. So they got Secret Service in there to hack his phone. Over 9,750 messages were reviewed during their 79-day relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of messages. One message sent August 22nd of 2018 said, quote, "See, this is what I get for trying to be nice. I should have punched him in the face and kicked him to the floor and said, 'Fuck you, snake.'" He's talking about the 2-year-old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was a video recovered from James' cell phone. In the video, he is talking to Wilder while holding him. He says to Wilder, quote, "It is quite the shiner, but you think I pushed you off the bed." End quote. So he gave him a black eye. When Wilder says yes, because Wilder's like, "Yeah, you pushed me off the bed," he said, "That's not what happened." He's like, "No, that's not what happened. Did I push you off the bed?" He's like,
Yes.
Wilder's like, "Yeah, you did." He's like, "No, that's not what happened." Amber allowed James to continue to watch Wilder even after messaging her a few times stating how he wants to harm the boy.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's been texting her, be like, "I just want to punch this kid in the face." She's like, "Okay, be home at 8. Like,
Oh, shit.
yeah. So he even text messaged her saying that he wanted to punch or beat the boy and that he had beaten or punched him before. So in text, he's told her I'd hit him before. 10 days before Wilder's death, James messaged Amber and stated he hoped Wilder, quote, "died from SIDS." And this mother stayed there.
Oh, my God. My other problem with this is, how does Bubba feel about these messages?
Now that they came out
Now
after he's
they're
married.
out.
Yeah. One message, James says he pushed the boy's face into a dirty diaper and then pushed his face in the toilet to rinse it off. Yep.
And so she knows all this.
Yep. He also stated that Wilder needed to be, quote, cold, whatever that is. CULLED. Cold? Cold?
Oh, no.
I don't know what that is. Despite the warnings, Amber still let James babysit Wilder alone. Because that made sense.
Yeah.
The trial lasted 9 days. Amber waived her right to self-incrimination and gave approximately 10 hours of testimony over 2 days during the trial. So she's like, yeah. The defense attorney, Terry Moore, hammered her on the stand. And then the other attorney questioned her motive for testifying, insinuating that it was to try to get a deal. And she denied any deal. She's like, "I'm not getting any deals out of this. I just want to be truthful in what I did."
Yeah.
And the jury found James guilty of murder. And then when he was being led out of court, he yelled, "I did not kill Wilder McDaniel," quote.
Just so you're aware what called means. Culling is when people kill animals, especially the weaker members of a group, in order to reduce their number.
Oh, Lord.
And he said that a child needed to be this.
And then Amber's like, "So you going still babysitting?
So you
them
still
tomorrow?"
babysitting tomorrow?
Yeah.
I gotta be at the bar. I really want to know Bubba's view on this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know if he's still with her. Like, I wouldn't be. If I had found out that
Yeah.
these are messages she received, and
No. Yeah.
and now she's like, justice. And I'll be like, you
No.
fucking hypocrite.
Yeah,
Do you not see
no.
these? You were the one getting these messages.
Yeah. You knew it.
Fuck this woman.
But James is serving time in the Middleton unit in Abilene. And on July 8th, 2021, Amber was arrested
Thank you.
on charges of endangering a child and tampering with evidence after police discovered text messages between her and James.
Thank you.
Yes. There she is. In her little
Wearing her
haircut.
bib.
Yep, wearing her bib. There she is.
All right.
She faces 2 to 10 years in prison for evidence tampering and 6 to 2 years in a state jail for child endangerment.
Nice.
I don't know why it's a state jail. I don't know if it's because it's child.
It's not a federal
abuse,
crime.
it's different.
She didn't commit murder
But the other one was prison.
because he committed murder.
Oh.
Murder is a federal offense.
So for the endangering or the tampering with evidence in that murder trial, she's in the prison. But for the child abuse, she'll get moved to state.
Well, they probably go with the
State then
heavier
prison.
crime, or do them in a sequence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or she'll fulfill her federal and then be transferred to state until she get out. I don't know.
Well, April 28th of this year, she pleaded guilty and elected to have a jury determine her sentence. So she's like, they can pick where I go. Well, that's her crying in court. This is where you're like, what the? But Bubba was there to support her during her plea.
Oh my God.
He believes that she was manipulated by James, like she claims. Sounds like she's manipulated.
Sounds like she's the manipulator.
They were married 4 years at the time of her trial and had a son together in March of 2022. So they had another baby together.
Oh boy.
Her trial is set for September 11th of this year. So I need to look up the outcome of that. Because that was recent.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't know why her husband, like he was threatening James about, hey, you know, you murdered my child. And then she knew he was beating him. And he's like,
And evidently,
like,
yeah.
I wouldn't be on her side. I'd be like, really? I was tagging his house because he killed my child. And then he comes out, you knew he was beating him. Like, you're just.
And evidently she tampered with evidence too.
Yeah, so she just is at fault.
Oh, these people.
Yeah, but that's the case of Wilder. Jason Wilder McDaniel, poor baby. Oh, I don't even know. I was like, Bubba seemed to be the most sane, but I don't know. He's on her side, so.
Yeah, he.
Unless she, you know, I know how some people can be.
Yes, there are plenty of people who are very good at convincing people of things.
So it could have been that scenario, but I don't know. I feel like love of my child would have been stronger than me putting this behind me. Be like, well, maybe you were. I'd be like, no, never, ever. Should you ever been talked to doing anything bad to the child? Like, children first.
Yeah.
So even then, I'd be like, if you were that easily manipulated by your child getting hurt, like, no.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I'm like, that's where I draw the line. But like, hurt me, crap in the floor, bring home 100 hookers, but touch my child, I'm done. Like, yeah. That's the worst. But she's just like, okay, so tomorrow I work 2 to 10. I was like,
need me to bring you home anything?
Baby. And I don't know where this current child is, but I hope he's not with her. That's for sure.
Bubba's questionable now.
Yeah, he's a little shady now.
I mean, I wouldn't call him shady, but definitely gullible.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe
being okay with it. He's becoming just as bad as she was, because she was okay with him, and now he's okay with her. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but it could also be like they lost their only child. They lost their child. I assume during that they bonded, and he leaned toward her.
I get that, but now he knows that she was involved.
Yeah, and that should have flipped him, but
he should have been like, what?
Part of him's like,
okay, I'm done now. Like,
yeah, so I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, at least like with my current child, I've been like, don't let her around our current child. Like,
yeah,
we just had another boy. Don't let her around this one.
Yeah.
But who knows? To each their own, but it's strange. Horribly sad for little Wilder.
Wow.
You're right. I was waiting for Bubba to kick James' ass.
I was waiting.
I'm like, the cops are going to pull up. He's going to be on him, boxing his face.
Just having him down.
The cops have been
beating
like,
the shit out of him.
Writing their notes.
Curb stomping him and shit.
Pulled up, saw, taking her notes slowly.
Pulled up, saw an altercation. Had trouble getting my seatbelt off.
Oh, I spelled altercation wrong. Okay, next page. Pulled up, saw an altercation.
Had trouble getting my seatbelt off. Finally got the seatbelt off. Spilled my coffee. Decided to get out the paper towels. Did not want to stain.
By the time I got to the altercation, the gentleman on the ground was unrecognizable. And the other guy took off running. I don't know who he was.
The gentleman on top said he slipped and fell, and I believed him. Case closed. That's where I expected this to
because
go.
a guy got hit by a car, so I let him go home.
He was just a good Samaritan.
Yeah, we let him go. He was really trying that CPR while I was getting my seatbelt unhooked.
Damn seatbelt.
No. But no, surprisingly, he didn't beat his ass. I don't know.
I would have expected him
He
to.
threatened him terroristically, but
Terroristically.
how do you threaten someone with terroristic threats? What? How?
I don't know. Maybe
What
he
would
said
be
he was going to
terroristic
bomb the
about
shit
it?
out of him or something. I don't know.
Is that it?
I don't know.
That's weird.
I wouldn't have called them terroristic threats. I would
know.
have called them threats. Like,
Yeah.
straight out threats. I'm going to fucking cut your
Why
throat.
did they throw the terroristic in there?
Oh, no.
Maybe he was targeting his oil company or something. Maybe he's like,
That
I'll
could
blow
be.
your whole
I'll
oil
blow
company
your
up.
Yeah, I'll set fire to one of your oil fields or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I've just been like, you're gonna walk outside your door one morning and go to work, and I'm gonna be there. You won't know what day, but I'm gonna be there.
You never know when it's coming.
Nope. It might be morning. It might be when you get home at night. It might be when you're sleeping at night. You ain't gonna know.
I might be there right now.
I want
don't
you
know.
to live with this fear until the day I decide to come for you.
You might be reading this message in your car right now. You might want to look up in that rearview mirror. Oh, shit.
It's psychological warfare. Like, you don't know. It might not even be me. I have friends. Friends you don't even know what they look like.
Yeah.
But horribly sad case. At least James is in prison, and hopefully he's found a few more Bubbas in there.
Yeah.
And hopefully she does her time, too.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Yep.
Because she sounds like a piece of shit, too.
Yes. But that's it.
All right. Well, feel free to like and subscribe. If you want to find us on any of our services, audio or video, go to loveandluminol.com. We have a list there. You could also contact us. Tell us we suck. Whatever you want to do. You can also contact us through social media. We are everywhere except for where Elon Musk presides.
They're like, he's the sexual assault thing from last video, and now you're tagging houses. They're like these people. You're like,
So, yeah, contact us on social media. We stay on TikTok quite often with our book talks and whatnot. So hit us up there. That's about all.
Yeah.
Got anything else?
yeah, I was looking at her picture, and doesn't it look like she's blowing a raspberry? She's like,
No. It sounds like she's thinking about what she's going to have for dinner later. She's really not taking it
it
seriously.
looks like she's like,
She's like, need to get me some chicken and some cheese. And she's planning her grocery list.
yeah. If I was a juror, I'd be like, she's holding a Kleenex. How many times did she wipe tears, though?
0.
Yeah, that's what I'd be watching. She really wiping tears away from her face.
Love those people who cry and tears never come out. I just don't know what to do.
That's what they do.
We know people
And you're
like
like,
that.
maybe later they're like, okay. And off they go. You're like, damn. Sucked your tears right back up your eyeballs.
Crazy.
But that's it.
All right. That's
this
it.
is halfway. Justice for James, and she's, I don't know. Gotta look it up.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.